religion, so
Like,
I would say
There you go.
it's because you have to drink to integrate.
No,
What she's doing, they got an orange juice.
True.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't. Me personally,
Wait, because this is British culture. Pub culture is.
I wouldn't.
No.
Even if I don't drink, because it's to me, it's the whole pub. It's not my type of scene. But it's my forte.
Yeah.
I don't go to pubs.
And you're English, man. You don't drink with no religion.
Yeah.
So like
So you're English.
I respect that.
Like the young man said, I would go to the pub with my English, white, Hindu, Sikh friends. Over the last 40 years, and they would drink anything mixed with alcohol, etc. I wouldn't. So I would drink like Coke or orange juice.
You're a Muslim?
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
And I'd always be like something like common made, like he's a party pooper, he's a this, he's a that. In a subtle, like friendly comment. But I just couldn't do it because that's my cultural that's the restriction. But I'd go to the length, like extend myself out. Mix in that environment, sit there.
You have to put yourself out.
I don't want to mix.
I go bowling or something, but like, you know, going to the pub, man.
That's personal.
Sorry about that.
No. You said what you like.
About a football match.
Yeah, come on. You know I'm an Arsenal fan.
See where you're integrated.
I'll definitely go to a football match.
But it's actually talking that breaks down the barriers.
Yes,
because I've told you that I have a religion, but I don't drink. And you're telling me you don't drink, but you have a religion. And I suggest you're not that religious yourself, are you?
I believe in truthful acts.
I suspect you like marijuana.
That's an assumption.
They can't say it here, you know. This is like.
But I don't smoke either, but that also mellows people out and helps you relax and understand, you know, because Muslim guys do smoke marijuana, even if they tell you they don't.
Yeah,
let me tell you,
can I tell you the difference between, look,
mean that
there's Muslims and there's Islam. Muslims are people.
Yes.
People do things
There are a
that
lot
are
of,
not, you know,
Muslims
like,
that follow
and I feel
rituals
like
and they
people
booze also.
don't
I understand
they
straight
can't
away.
separate the
Right,
two.
then, I've got a question for you.
Islam is a way of life,
Okay.
and Muslims are Muslims. They're people. People
But
do.
Muslims
People
are
make
religion,
mistakes. People do
You see
things.
Muslims here boozing here,
Oh, no. I mean,
and then they're giving you all that.
I don't know. I haven't seen that myself.
Is Islam a
will see
religion or is it ideology?
To me, it's a way of life. I can't really. For me, if you're asking me this question, for me, it's a way of life
I'm
for
only
me.
going to take it as personal. I'm only going to take it as personal to you.
For me, it's a way of life.
Probe too deep either.
No,
I'm
because
going to probe someone else a little bit. Don't worry about
somebody's
that.
killers. Somebody's
what
killers.
is the difference between Muslim and Islam then? Aren't they both religion?
No. Muslim's a person.
Okay.
You're a person. I'm a Muslim.
So you were born into the Muslim faith.
Yeah, I was born into. I'm a Muslim,
Okay.
and I believe in
Into
Islam.
the Islamic
But
faith. Muslims
like
is
I'm
the
saying,
follower.
Muslim's a
Muslim
follower.
the follower.
He's a human being.
He's
She
not
or he.
Arsenal,
And
he's a
Islam?
follower of us.
Islam's the way of life. It's the religion.
Islam is your D.
It's quite a lot to...
No, Islam is the religion. The Muslim is the follower of Islam.
Okay.
He's
But you
not
say you're
Arsenal.
Muslim, but you don't
Let me
practice.
ask this man a question.
You do practice.
I do.
But you seem very laid back.
Yeah, because I'm British. I'm from Hertfordshire.
And you're proud to be British.
Yeah, my family been here 60 plus years.
And you're proud to be British.
Yes, I am.
Well, that's really important.
Do you believe that England or Britain is one of the
I'm a
most
very
tolerant
liberal.
countries? Do you think it's one of the most
Yes,
tolerant countries
I've
in the world?
I've visited a couple of European countries, and the reception I got, just the feeling in the atmosphere, how I was like looked on at the airport, going around the beaches, going around the town centre. It's just like you feel a lot more less relaxed than being here. Just for the fact that I'm brown. So you always had to, you could feel it. The atmosphere there was a bit thicker.
Yeah.
If you get my meaning.
Yeah, of course.
Strange metaphor. And I think the Eastern Europeans coming in, I've mixed with some of them, and those people are not psychologically used to seeing people like you or me. They tend to be very racist. My neighbour is a Jamaican.
You know, like if we say that, do you know when we say that and we say that on camera, yeah, there's lots of
let
Eastern
me tell
Europeans
you.
that ain't racist though, and it's a
I'm
real
not
big
saying
stereotype.
I'm not saying not everybody.
Yeah. But be careful when you say
You
that.
can't.
I know. I hate when people throw out the racist
You
sign
can't
to.
paint them all with the same brush,
hate that
right?
as well.
But I'm saying my immediate neighbour is a Jamaican man. I call him uncle because he's been there before I was born.
Yeah.
And so, but his next neighbour is a Hungarian family. Been living there about 10 years. They never utter hello to him. In the alleyway. We all share the same alleyway.
Yeah.
But the Jamaican lady, who's the one I call uncle, his wife, she tries to say hello to them, but they never respond. And that says it all. They're not used to, living with Jamaicans and coloured people, etc.
It's very true.
And Pakistanis and whatever.
That is true. That is true.
Whereas some years back, like our families have been there about 60 years in those houses, and
You understand the traditions of the country and the customs of this country.
So you've integrated. That's just it.
I tell you, my brothers and sisters wouldn't say they are anything else other than English.
Yeah.
But that's what's
They
important.
twist it into, they are this kind of whatever, brown English. They have nothing to do with Pakistan or Bangladesh or whatever.
So they do. So is that a bad thing or good thing?
Nothing bad at all.
Denying one heritage and adopting a new one.
No, we don't. No, we haven't.
No, I'm just saying like how your sister. No,
denied
I'm just asking a question. Well, you know why you said my sister, and they consider themselves more English than they are
I'm telling
Pakistani
you.
or Bangladeshi.
The Pakistanis, Bangladeshis, the Indian Sikhs, the Jamaican Caribbeans have been here far longer than any other migrant community here.
Yeah.
We've had a history from the turn of the 40s onwards. From the 50s, people have been here.
Yeah, I know.
So
Somalis as well in Cardiff,
I know
in the docks.
a few, but the majority of Somalis came in the 90s from the Civil War situation.
Yeah. But there was a lot in the 60s
So
as
let
well.
these Somali people live here another 30, 40 years. You'll see how the integration takes place.
Yeah.
Your community will change. Like some of my cousins are half white, half English,
Yeah.
from Cardiff,
Yeah.
from Newcastle.
Yeah.
My uncles, etc., married.
When you're getting mixed race children, you know that integration's working, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Some
you-
of my cousins, my nephew, nieces are half Newcastle people, half Cardiff. I've got nephew, nieces,
Reading the
half
comments.
Somalia. Not Somalia, that place, where is it? Sweden.
Sweden, Sweden, yeah.
A city called Maslow.
Yeah.
I have nieces who live there.
Yeah.
They're half Bengali, half mother is from there.
Yeah.
What is your definition of integration, though? Because I heard that word used. When you say
I
that,
guess
they've
integration means could have a huge spectrum of meaning, whatever you want to, however you want to define it. His integration is something else. My integration doesn't mean you abandon your religion or your
culture,
where
your
parents
heritage.
or your-
But is it not true?
But it is slightly adjusted. My culture is not the same as the man coming straight from Dhaka or Sylhet.
Yeah.
All right, I've got a question for you. Do you believe that integration, see with places like Goodmays, Hayes, where you would see maybe 90%, 95% Arab
Or Asian.
or Asian? Yeah, I'm new to
Most
this.
people
Yeah.
around there are Pakistanis,
Yeah.
Bangladeshis,
Do you
Indians.
think that's a good form of integration, or do
I
you think that?
think there's sorts of, the population is settled there in the 50s, 60s, 70s.
Yeah.
And then the generations came along. It's gone 3, 4, 5 generations now.
Yeah,
But it
No.
is better if everybody's interdispersed
together.
I think,
I agree with that.
I think those little ghetto places require some of the people.
That's not a ghetto place. Where I was in Goodmays, they all own their houses.
No, I don't
And in
mean.
Hayes.
I don't mean
not
property
a joke.
ownership. I mean like they've been. Okay, forget the word ghetto.
Yeah.
They've been turned
Ghettos
into
are like Croydon and that
ethnic enclaves.
Yeah.
Like little parts are little Pakistan, little Bangladesh.
That's what I thought when I
Little
saw.
Somali,
Yeah.
little this, little
Yeah.
that.
But that's good. That's like human nature. Some people
No,
want to
no.
stick with their
but
own.
I
It's not
would-
integration
I
though,
would
is it?
say-
But you have lots of white
got a
people
right-
who do the same thing.
Yeah, no, listen, you can have a right to sleep with your own
Yeah.
or not to sleep with your own. That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about integration,
I
as
went
in
to-
you integrating into this country.
No, but you were mentioning, you mentioned specifically Hayes. So you were mentioning certain areas in South.
That's only the ones that I've seen. Hayes and Goodmays.
Southall, you got Southall as well.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that people naturally want to live. Certain people want to live amongst their own,
They live
whether they're
wherever they are.
black, brown,
It's like
yellow,
human
orange.
nature.
Yes,
Yeah.
precisely.
If you go to Spain, south of Spain, Portugal, the English cluster together.
Yeah.
They want to open their little restaurants where they do English
Benidorm.
breakfast.
I don't,
You wanna talk
yeah,
about
I agree
Benidorm?
with that.
That's not a good thing, though.
Yeah, I agree
Okay.
with that, but I don't. It's like, go on, I'll let you
When
speak.
the British go abroad and they don't integrate with Spanish society,
Yes.
and they isolate themselves, that isn't a good thing.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
Like,
Yeah, I agree. It's not a good thing. But basically, it's human nature. Whenever you're an alien person, you've come to a strange land, you feel protected. If you're with somebody who talks a bit like you, eats a bit like you, whatever.
I think that's.
Why do you
I
think it's a
genuinely
bad
think-
thing, though? Because you
I
were
think it's
saying-
separating us. To be honest with you.
But with the generations,
in a way,
coming
if you go to
generations,
Spain,
gradually
an
people
English
will spread
person
out.
in Spain,
Yeah.
I
and you're
went to
just,
Brick Lane last week.
living amongst the English
And there's been a
population
10-year gap
there,
since I
you don't
visited again.
appreciate
and the place has changed.
Culture,
Just have one.
the Spanish
Sorry.
way of life, the Spanish language, the Spanish food, which is important. That's part of integrating into society. And then they have just fish and chips. Whereas here in this country, I think one of the best-selling dishes of all time is the Indian.
Chicken tikka masala.
Even more so than in the rest of the world, and that is a good sign of good integration.
And you know what? Chicken tikka masala was invented in those curry houses. It's not something we eat in the house. It's made for the drunken white man.
Though I love
It is, honestly.
It's one of my
It
favourite.
is a
I like
lemon
Indian
curry.
food, yeah.
It's basically like a
Feel like getting some now,
kebab with a
innit?
sprinkle of chili on it.
Yeah, man.
If you had the real
what are
curry,
your
you
views
would
on
be
it?
eating.
On what?
In regards to what he was saying, where we agreed that it's natural for certain people to stick amongst their own. Do you
Yeah.
think there should be less of that? Or
No, I think that when you do that and you stick amongst your own like that, you need to make sure you put extra effort into integrating yourself as a whole with everybody in the host country that you're in. So if you want to stay together, you can stay together, but you have to make
An effort.
a big effort to show that you respect the people in what country you're in.
But I think a lot of Asian youth and Caribbean youth have tried and are tried. And gradually the situation, the status quo that was here in the 80s, 90s, etc. is changing. People are integrated.
It's getting better and better. You've got to look at
You
this
can
country
see
40
in the
years ago.
parliament, people are feeling there are opportunities, especially in the public sector.
So what?
Look,
Integrating is speaking the language, enjoying the cuisine, mixing with the people of that
Yes.
country. That's what we mean when we say integration.
yes.
Being comfortable in each other's company.
Yes.
That's a good way. That's a brilliant way. That's a
Yeah, and
brilliant
being
way.
respectful of other people's.
Thank you.
Let me tell
Thank
you-
you. And
I'm
I think
gonna
that's a
put
lack
something
of
to you.
problem that I feel like other people have.
All right, listen. Let me tell you something. No, go on. Yeah, go
No,
on. Go on.
So
So
you just said respecting,
respectful.
being respectful. I feel
the
like
other.
of the other people, just because they might not be from the
doesn't
same
matter if
faith,
they're not Muslim
same
or-
religion, or same something as you. You're integrating in a
And
country
what
where,
does that better than I think music?
huh?
Music does that better than me generally. Music brings everybody together.
maybe.
I know it does.
It does a lot of bad and it does a lot of good. Depends on the content.
But that's possibly true, but if you go to
Cultural music, I guess, helps. Cultural events and cuisine helps a bit.
cuisine,
What was you talking about a second ago? Then I had a really good point. I forgot it.
Respect.
Respect about other people's cultures when you're
Okay,
integrating.
okay. What I was gonna say is that we should have respect for other people's culture to a certain
yes,
to a certain thing. But we in England we got a really dry humour, and we take the piss out of each other.
Yes.
If you go to another country, they will take that as really offensive.
I know.
But if you come here, we don't mean no harm by it. Do you understand? I feel like people over here in this country that come into this country are a little bit
Oversensitive.
oversensitive sometimes.
Because they're not used to it.
Yeah, they're a little bit
So as the
oversensitive
new
sometimes.
generations come along, then it will mold into place.
Exactly.
And look at this
exactly.
Somali brother. He's like speaking clear English.
Love
Much
coming and
better.
chatting to him. Every time I love coming and speaking to my brother over here,
So
man.
you
Don't
should be
get
able to-
twisted.
So when you speak your mind, you should speak your mind.
Yeah.
And if you make a comment that it's meant in a positive way, it shouldn't necessarily be called
No,
racist.
in a positive way.
It
Listen to
shouldn't
it. Get racism out of it, yeah?
Yes, because-
You see, when it's coming to, it's more
Yeah.
likely, it's not even racism
not.
nowadays, it's more about culturalism,
Cultural
religion.
What about
religion.
cultural appropriation as well?
Yeah.
I was
All of those
standing-
things.
Yeah.
I was standing in Camden Town about 2-3 years ago, and there's a very rich road that goes towards Hampstead. And that Arsenal football player, Ian, whatever his name is,
Yeah,
Wright,
right. Yeah.
lives along there somewhere
Yeah.
with his white, beautiful wife.
Yeah.
And some English white man was sitting there and going, and he was, I think, driving past or something in a fancy car, and they were going, he's a black English man.
And Lou
He's
didn't know
more-
that's Ian
more
right.
English than the English.
Yeah. I would see the way how we always see race. I would like to be. I am a black man. You can see that evidently. Yeah. But I like to be known as just a man.
Yes.
Do you understand? Just like you, just like him, just
yeah,
like
yeah.
I aspire. But obviously, you can see that I'm a black man anyway. I don't like it when we're talking about politics and we're talking about things, and then your race or your religion, unless we're talking about race or religion, comes into it. So Like, because I got friends and family that will come to me and say that I
But
should
when I
approach
said
the
it, I
situation
don't mean it in that context.
No, listen, I don't take anything personal for a start. When I approach any situation, I should be approaching that situation as a black man.
That's
what
the normal,
they say to me.
That's just the standard way it's become in this country's way of talking. Like this, I would just say this is a brown man. That's a black man. This is a white man.
I just think we need to be conscious of it. I just think we need to be really conscious of what we say.
But is it not true that black men are the best athletes in the world?
Yes, 100%.
And black,
so what white
and black people are the best
I don't
singers.
know.
Well, that's what we need to talk about then, isn't it?
Okay,
You're good at something.
Morning potatoes.
You're good at something, ain't you?
But
I know that. I don't know what it is,
greatest
though.
voices
Yeah.
in the world are
Morning
black voices as
potatoes.
well.
Yeah, I know.
And so how do you... and that is a truth, yes?
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you think about Samo
But when I
Farah...
say to you, what are white people good at and you can't think of nothing, that's a shame, you know?
Do all English people know that Sir Mo
Like,
Farah
it seems
is
like you're
Mohammed
not.
Farah?
No, it seems like you can't celebrate.
Mo
your own,
Farah and Mohammed Farah.
compliment.
Can you say double British
Do you
Olympic
feel bad
champion and world
about? Do you feel
champion?
guilty about being English?
No, not at all. No, I'm very proud to be English.
Yeah, yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah.
And what I do dislike is when white people tell me I should be ashamed to be British.
Yeah, okay.
Because I'm very proud to be British.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I was told that last week. When you were talking to that guy, he told me, a white man told me I should be ashamed
but
to be
he's a
British.
leftist communist.
But it's like, hang on a minute, you know,
No,
everybody should, if you're black,
you
you should
have
be
your
proud to be black.
privilege to have your opinion.
Yes.
You see when you give dawah.
I don't give that.
Oh no, you see when a Muslim gives dawah in this park, yeah? Does he ever say anything bad or negative about Islam? The person giving dawah.
But again, it depends on horses for courses, the individual you're talking to.
Yeah.
Everyone has their own different agenda.
My experiences, when I've come to Speaker's Corner, I've only come a few times, so I'm not very experienced. But in my experience of coming here, I've never heard a Muslim giving dawah say something negative about Islam.
That wouldn't be dawah. If he gave something negative, that's not dawah.
So I'm asking you, my second question, is that half of the truth then?
No, he's just giving you advice. It's up to you to then do the extra research.
All right, but what, is he giving you one-sided advice then?
Yeah, it's possible.
The
It
literal
could be
meaning of
possible, yeah.
Is
dawah,
that deceitful?
the literal meaning of dawah is invitation. And he's inviting you to his religion, so he's not going to talk negative, is he?
Yeah, he's not going to talk
If
negative.
somebody's inviting you to something, they're not going to talk
They should tell you
negative.
the bads and the goods with what they're inviting
But
you to.
from
Otherwise,
there-
you could be tricked.
No, they're not tricking you. They're just telling you the positive things, the goodness
And not the
in
negative.
it. They're not going to the negative if there is any negative. It just depends on your perspective.
Country feels like there's negatives.
Which country feels?
This country.
What negative?
I think this country is listening
Loads.
too much to the media, getting the wrong.
I believe that's true.
Just look at the.
I believe that's true.
If this country really wants to understand in response to what this gentleman said, look at what Imran Khan did. Just this very few days ago, I think on Thursday, at the UN, UN speech,
Yeah, I've seen
and
that.
you'll get it from the horse's mouth of a man brought up, he's an Oxford graduate, and he married a Jewish woman that goes with his man's daughter. So he will tell you exactly the real version of what Islam is.
Yeah.
He's articulated it beautifully. I watched it last night.
I like to speak to someone who's a bit more scholarly, you know, because I've got some questions that I'd like to ask.
Religion
And
in all
I
its
think it'd be
forms.
unfair if I ask them to you
Yeah.
on camera, and
I'm not scholarly on those
you're in
areas.
a corner and you can't defend yourself.
I'm just a humble
Yeah.
layman.
All religions, if they're too fundamental, are troublesome. I mean,
I'd agree with that.
If you take the Catholic faith,
Yeah.
you know, it's the richest state in the world, and they preach to people, telling them not to use condoms, not to do this, not to that, and they're all
But
up
all
to-
the padres do,
And all
you
the-
know,
what do you think-
illicit behavior.
And that's it.
with
Do
kids.
you want to just finish off?
Everyone
What
that
do you think
listen.
they're getting up to? in
I'm
the
not going to
Vatican?
get too much into it. with
And
the
they don't
kids
care
and
about
stuff.
the homeless, do
listen,
they? They own all
Listen,
those churches
listen.
and the fancy buildings.
As much as you're condemning him, saying that you should, the kids in the Catholic Church, you should be condemning your people as well. That's what Tommy Robinson was trying
No,
to
but
film.
he
No,
said
all religions
All
are,
religions,
he condemned
yeah.
them too.
can be, if they're fundamental, they become troublesome.
Yeah.
And if you have a belief, and where we can all live and breathe and love together, that's a
Yeah.
good thing. It's when you
That's the
start telling people that they are wrong because they have a different belief, or that is when it becomes wrong.
That's again
And also
returning
hypocrisy.
to the earlier talks we were doing. Again, that will be sort of helped and you know, the thing he was just saying, it'll be better than the situation improve if you again integrate, learn a few things about each other's culture, respect for the other, and learn about.
Another thing I was saying
I
about...
would always recommend learn a little about what it means to be British, really.
Yeah,
it is good things.
100%.
There are many good things in this society. There are many negative things, but not everything about the English and the British is wrong.
I agree with that 100.
Do you think, Islam can ever come to terms with British humour? So, you know, like, there's big things if you draw the Prophet Muhammad, or if you... They do it with Jesus all day, but it seems...
Again, I refer you to Imran Khan's speech. He dealt
I'm going to watch it,
He dealt with this exact topic of what Salman Rushdie did, how the cartoons affect the Muslims, how the Muslims take Prophet Muhammad, endear him to their heart, how they find it sensitive, compared to, he was saying when he was a teenager, he was here in the 70s, and he was baffled by the fact that the Christians allowed Monty Python to take the piss out of Jesus Christ, you know what I mean?
I don't know.
So watch his viewing speech, and you will get it from a Pakistani man who's very Anglo-sized. I mean, I won't say many things.
Majid Nawaz speaks on LBC.
These are the ones that you got to talk to, though. This is what you got to do, you know.
I agree with that.
If you don't talk about it, if you don't talk about it, they're going to be
There are
raw.
other elements
some
in his
people might not
psyche
learn.
and his
They might see a different type of Muslim talking in a different type of way.
I don't
So
know.
go over there and film somebody else, and you're going to speak in a different way to what you're speaking.
But this is, again, I keep telling you, Islam's Islam. Muslims are different.
Who do I go to speak to?
Any type of Muslim that's willing to be spoken
Exactly.
to.
But who do I go to? The authority, because this is the problem as well. Like, if you've got a problem in the Christian church, or something happens in the Christian church, I can go to that Christian, go to the police, report it, everything. They go to the head of the church. The head of the church sends it down with the Catholic or the Christian thingy. Who do I go to if I've got a problem with Islam?
I think the person.
Exactly.
I'll
There's
say,
no one.
I'll say it's direct to the person. If you've got a problem with a Muslim,
No, some people got a problem with the ideology.
that's their problem.
No, but if it's affecting their way of life in their country, then it's your problem as well. You can't just say it's their problem, because we're in their country. Us, I'm going to say we, I'm going to put myself in that thing and say, we're in their country, we have to be worried about what their concerns are in their own country. We always have to be aware of that. I was born here, and I'm thinking that I have to be aware of that. So somebody coming over into this country, not taking those things serious, they can get pissed off, and violence can happen. Do you understand?
Isn't that part of teaching people how to integrate as well?
That's what I'm here trying to do.
Focus on integration more.
100%.
Have you done any research on the actual religion? Have you read any hadiths or any Quran?
Very little, but all common sense.
It works both ways. You can speak to an imam, or you can come here and speak to someone who's knowledgeable. Because there are many people who come here, but you also have to do your own research by reading the Quran and certain.
I know what subjects.
Let me tell you something about me though. I don't want to be a master in the Quran. I don't want to be a master in everything. Everyone in this country isn't a master at everything. They're a layman. Do you understand?
No, but the problem is, if you don't do any basic research and you do come to someone,
I will do basic
they're going to then ask you, what would you like to know? And then you won't have a question.
I've got basic questions. As you can, I've got basic questions. So just basic layman's questions, and I'm learning more every day. So it's all good.
That's the way forward, man. You all gotta learn.
Yo,
Black van, man.
love my brother. I definitely want to talk more with you. What's your name? Preston. Nice to meet you, Black Van man. I'll tell you my name afterwards on camera. My name is. Yeah. Nice to meet you, and hopefully I'll talk to you around again soon. We'll talk around. Just gonna mooch about, see Wagwan. My brother. Content over everything. Love, blessings for everything. You've done know already. Let's move on.
Man. How are
Fire is coming from heaven. When you see a dead man, that will remember is no more in that dead body. That's why he said, I am the God of the living.